So we really need that draining system.
Yeah.
In the area.
Well, one thing I would say, because I did the helicopter survey.
Welcome back everyone to another video. So in today's video, you're gonna see a tour done by the Prime Minister of Jamaica, the Most Honorable Andrew Holness, the Member of Parliament for Eastern St. Thomas, Dr. Michelle Charles, and the Member of Parliament for Western St. Thomas, James Robertson, and the Communications Manager at NWA, Dr. Stephen Shaw. So they came to do an assessment of the damage done by the floods, with the heavy rains in this community in St. Thomas, which is Golden Grove. If you haven't seen that video before, you can check it out. I will leave the link in the comment section so you can watch it. They also went to two different communities adjacent to this town. One is Dalvey and the other is Whalers Field, to check out what is happening along those community. So before they came to Golden Grove, I did two interviews with two of the farmers. So that's what you're gonna see next, and stay tuned to see everything that happened.
Can you give us your name and then you can tell us the farms and what exactly is affected?
Okay. My name is Althea on the 500-acre land on Golden Grove. I currently farm sweet pepper, scallion, lettuce, and sweet potato and pop choy. However, when I went there this morning, it was heartbreaking. I have 3,400 root of scallion, and I have to be walking and picking them up because the water wash away everything. The pepper tree, the water scorch them up, burn, nothing safe, nothing at all safe. The land just look bare, brown bare, away from water, just that alone left on the farm.
The water is still settled on.
Yes, I still have water on the farm.
Yeah, I'm Nigel Levy. I'm a farmer, also a board member on the Golden Groves Farmers Association.
What problem here?
It's about the flooding. Every rain. Roughly we have 500 acres, and roughly you can call it about 150 acres has been flooded. Outside of the flooded areas, the excess water has affected just about every farmers around here, because the earth has been saturated and the water now stay on the surface. So over a period of time, everybody will be affected. Even the crops that you don't see really affected now. Within days, you're gonna see the effect of it.
So where you had your biggest flooding? So what all right, well,
Showing you this area where they did do some cleanup. All of them was fully flooded all the way up here. Okay? All the way through. So whatever we're trying to do, you're going to see all the water.
okay, but what did they end up there already on top?
They're on spot. Along with garden.
Pass it back. Pass.
Oh, that's the way I go.
So this is a part of what the flooding has happened.
You go down at the bottom.
The weirdest rain. Oh, so the rain. Alright, so how far up the road?
No, that's right up.
Just here. Okay, so let them go ahead. So all of this here was flooded.
It's going to be spent.
Yeah, I'm taking the God, it's a dear. Where we are going?
Not sure. Not sure what I want to walk in this. Road, fun, man.
Yeah.
Good thing you still have water.
Yep.
It's like damage. So where this water would have come from? There's a river up top?
No.
Or just water washing on the inside? Alright, let's get I've watched that happen. So, this one, a rabbit. Guinea pig.
Guinea pig. Yeah, man. I'm coming here tomorrow with the
How are you, my dear?
I'm fine.
How are you? See you.
I'm good.
And this is your daughter. Hello.
One with the baby, shake on your
High five.
No man.
Ah, see. Good to see what you know. How you fared in the weather?
Well, only for water come over and mash up the place and wash the building. But let's kind of deal with it. Water get high.
So it came down this road.
On a furniture,
Oh, it's a business place?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know, as they say, if you have life, you have hope. Give God thanks, everybody was spared. Weather happens. You always have these weather events, but they're happening more frequently now than before. Apparently, we are on a 2-year cycle. Almost every 2 years, you have a severe weather event which destroys our roads, our bridges. What I've seen in St. Thomas particularly is that because you have so many rivers and you have a nice plain, sometimes the rivers overflow the banks. But more than that, sometimes not just overflow, but they are widening and flooding the plains. So river trading obviously is one of the things that we're going to have to do in this year. We have to control the flow of the water into well-built channels. So because we don't have that, we find that there are many tributaries all over the place, and that contributes to this flooding. And then because you come up on hillsides, like here, the water coming off the hills don't necessarily have channels to come down, so they take the roads as channels. So which is what happened here. Water coming on the high levels above that would have taken the road and used the road as a channel. But these roads weren't built for that level of water, and that's why they're totally flowed and damaged. But so far, thankfully, no very serious damage and no loss of life. Probably assistance to go through the process sometimes. I think that can expedite because we want to get people. That's probably, as a farmer, you would know that you can't always be 100% certain of what the outcome of the crop is. Weather is unpredictable. We have other challenges. But what we do know from just observing the weather patterns is that there seems to be a 2-year cycle for a major weather event. And this year, thankfully, the impact was very much localized between St. Andrews and St. Thomas. So we're grateful that it was an island. Damage is manageable. I'm sure we can find the resources.
You know, in the heart, as you are at the Prime Minister, if we could have helped to get a trench, like a big enough trench, go all the way down to the sea to take out the water. Because sometimes the rain stop there 2 hours, 3 hours, and the water still setting. No vehicle can cross, the road, high water on the road same way, the farming flood out same way. So we really need that draining system in the area.
Well, one of the things I would say, because I did a helicopter survey of it, and the rivers need training. River training is a very expensive activity. But because the rivers are running through a plain, sometimes the rivers really don't have any embankment, so they flood the plain. Which is what you're seeing with your land. It's not the agricultural land, precisely because over the natural course, the rivers irrigate the land naturally. But when you start to have big agriculture and housing, and having rivers that are not trained on a plain, it's dangerous because it will damage crops, damage infrastructure, damage housing. So we will have to look at the river training. So what you're speaking of by saying, Prime Minister, we need a drain that connects this piece of land to piece of land here going straight to the river. That's a very expensive item, but needs to be done. So yes, I agree with you. We have to do some river training.
That trench, the drilling your hearts it's not just the farmers, it's everybody. Because we can remember on Thursday, the people at Golden Grove, sleep at Golden Grove on Thursday up to Sunday. Can't go home.
Thank you, Mr. Minister, for taking care of us.
Roland Field. Yesterday, they really walk home to me. Carry board.
Yeah, so your general point is well made. There needs to be some investments in infrastructure, particularly river trading, drain, and managing the tributaries from those rivers which affect your agricultural land and your residential housing. So yeah, it's something that we're gonna have to do. The good thing in this area is that you do have mining, sand mining, which in a way helps to regulate the rivers. But we have to probably work a little bit more closely again, so that when they're mining, they're also creating the kind of control around the area that they're.
Mr. So you guys now have the booth where you could have seen some people on that side.
Oh, you want to throw some down?
Yeah.
When I flew over, I could see that there are some fields still underwater. I wouldn't be able to go to every field.
Yeah, I understand.
But we're trying to just get a good sense of what.
Because just feeling alone, me and my partner
That would be as far most people are finding out.
Yeah, because Richard Jones going back this side.
Right, but because it's now split up into small farmers, the capacity isn't there for them to have the equipment and the planning and then the coordination.
Right.
Because you have to go decide whose land you're going to cut through to put drain and all of those issues. So that's part of it. So it's not just putting the infrastructure. It's how do we get everybody to understand that somebody's going to have to give up something and determine the right pathway for drain.
But this year really needs some serious attention.
Yes.
I've been living here this year for a long time, and I'm telling you, right by the bamboo tree and right out here, when the rainfall is looking, I've seen people that have been swept out
Yes.
because of the amount of is in the air when the flood is. So it's a very dangerous area, and it's been happening over these years, over years and years before you even as Prime Minister. But we really want you to just take a look, and so we can get the assistance.
That's what I'm doing. My
Thank
friend,
you. Thank you.
all the best, and I hope your cassava doesn't I know the issues with cassava. Once there's
Because this is the second time I'm losing the factory because I lost some pepper over there before I could even read it because I see water.
The cassava is really very sensitive.
It's very sensitive.
To
because it's the time for it to be harvest.
Yes. So you want to get it out of the field. You might still want to try and get it out of the field. Yeah. All right.
Thank
all
you.
the best.
Thanks.
Good morning, everyone. We're here coming through Holiday Crossing, and we've had a lot of flooding. A lot of our farmers have lost their crops, and we are happy to have the Prime Minister here to see in person what we've been experiencing. We are glad that our agencies have been responding on time for us, and welcome to St. Thomas.
So welcome you in parish. It's a beautiful parish. Jamaica, St.Thomas. And from Thursday we have been having this flooding, and some we have about 26 people that went to a village. So they keep coming back. We have a week as far as Thursday night to Friday, and then Saturday morning the helicopter come and lift them over to the Bullockfield community center. And then some of them didn't move until yesterday. So I'm saying I really appreciate it contacting Minister Strong, and I really helped a lot. And with the work agency, they help us very, very much. And I'm saying we're thankful for all of the agents that come on board to help us to get out of this thing. But with a really, where we standing right here now is where the water, the level of the planting garden river, the level with the road surface. That's what caused most of the flood. So we know Mr. Shaw can tell us more about it.
Yes, so we had significant flooding in this parish. We were able to treat with the issues in relation to landslides blocking roads. Where flooding is concerned, though, it will require in this space new drainage features. It will also require us doing some river training work because the planting garden river is the one that is impacting this space. We know that there are a couple of places that the embankment has been breached, and we'll have to treat with the same, subject, of course, to the availability of funds through the Ministry of Finance.
Thank you. This morning, what's the name of the river in East Rural again? But where the bank landslides and stuff.
There is, no, not East Rural.
East Rural, what I wanted to mention.
Which river is up there? No, man, there's no river.
No, man, where Cane River, where we had the landslides in East Rural, where it was.
No, it's a road from Guava Ridge to Garden Town.
That's
and then we go to Mahogany Bay, which is the Holness River.
Okay.
Yeah.
Guava Ridge.
Guava Ridge.
All right. All right, we have quiet.
Okay, sure.
This morning, I conducted a tour of affected parishes, being St. Andrew and St. Thomas. We did both tour by air and by road. For St. Andrew, our tour was by air. We looked at damage in East Rural St. Andrew, which was quite extensive, especially in the Guava Ridge area. I know MP Holness is working very hard to have those areas addressed and to ensure that the people who are affected have some support. So generally, two parishes have been significantly affected, St. Andrew and St. Thomas. I've toured both very quickly, as you can imagine, to just get a general overview. We have made some allocations already in the budget. We do make some uh, reserves in the budget to some buffers to be able to address these kinds of events. I'm going to go back to we have cabinet tomorrow, so we'll have a good discussion about allocations on a Tuesday in Parliament, further address the nation as to what we will do to address this issue.
One question, Tinsapen. I don't know, the engineers know what's happening there. Every time there's a heavy downpour, it floods. But it doesn't seem as if, any
Sorry,
step is being made
Tinson
to.
is that entire area is studied. We have done a drainage study for that area, so we understand what to do. That area is slated for major infrastructure development. I won't say all of what is planned, but you would have seen some of it already, including, what we intend to do with the Tinson Pen property and other areas around. So yes, we understand that there is damage. Some of the flooding, to be fair, is due to there is a major gully that runs along that area, and invariably that gully is filled with plastics and all kinds of debris, which block the free flow of water. So yes, there are issues with the technical designs and the size of the drains that have been there, but there are also issues with how we treat the environment, particularly the disposal of waste, which ends up in the gully, which ends up blocking culverts and creating flooding in that area. Bear in mind that when those drains were put in place, some of these drains are more than 50 years old. The Sandy Gully is more than 50 years old, and some of those drains are tributaries of the Sandy Gully. They were not built to take this level of regularity and volume of rainwater and downpour. And then when they were built, we didn't have as many roofs and as many paved roads as we now have. So if you consider the water coming off roofs, the water coming off paved areas, coming off roads, which cover the soil, which affects natural percolation, that water has to travel somewhere, and that water is trying to head into drains which are small. So when they reach these small openings, you will have a buildup of water on our roads. But notice that within 2 hours, 3 hours, it's gone, because that's the time it takes to get through these small drains. As we build out the infrastructure, we will be building bigger drains, bigger culverts with better design, and you will probably not see any flooding. There is a sense in people's mind that somehow, whenever there is flooding, it is because of poor infrastructure or poor design or something. But if you look right across the world, in New York recently, massive flooding, and that depends on the volume of rain and these weather events. In some of the most developed places, that you massive flooding because of the volume of rain. So I would say to Jamaicans, yes, our drains are undersized because of